साक्षात् श्री महालक्ष्मी महासरस्वती महाकाली त्रिगुणात्मिका कुंडलिनी साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति Mataji, Shri Nirmala Devyai Namo Namo. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Kalki Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji, Shri Nirmala Devyai Namo Namah. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Kalki Sakshat Shri Sahasrar Swamini Moksha Pradayani Mataji, Shri Nirmala Devyai Namo Namah.
Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome to another evening of meditation of Sahaja Yoga. Welcome to our viewers online as well. If you are attending this for the first time, we will take you through your realization, talk about the chakra chart, explaining Sahaja Yoga. But those of us who are here, we will also take you through a deeper meditation in the second half. And I'm lucky to have today with us Vara Golaguri, who's going to talk to us about the three channels.
You are lucky
later.
Indeed.
Well, it's yet to be established, but we'll see how we go. For those of us joining us for the first time, before we go with our self-realization, it'd be good if you could take your shoes off and you can sit very comfortably on your chair. And when the time comes to go through the realization, at least you're ready at that time. So we'll begin tonight by just introducing Shri Mataji, the lady in the picture here. She started this meditation in 1970. In the olden times, this was possible. However, very few people got access to this special meditation, which was to receive your self-realization. So if you could work on each of those chakras, energy centers on your subtle system, in the central channel, the white channel, each of those chakras or energy wheels have a special quality about them. Also, they are the milestones of our evolution. So it started with the Muladhara, the number one at the base, and then it took millions of years to finally come up to number 6, which is the area of forgiveness within us. This is where humanity is at the moment, in that sphere where we are very good at thinking, we are organizing, planning, worrying a lot. And it's time to move away from that to a higher evolution, which is number 7, on top of our head, the Sahasrara chakra, which is the Sanskrit name for it. That is 1,000-petaled lotus. And to achieve that higher awareness, we have to actually step away from our thinking and fears and worrying and rise above it to get away from all that's holding us down at the moment, and the fear and the worry. I'll leave the 3 channels for you to talk about later. The only other thing I should mention is also, if you notice, the hands are color-coded with the wheels on a subtle system. That's because each of our fingertips corresponds to the energy centers within us. So when we receive our realization, this is how the hands talk to us and tell us what is wrong or what is weak within us, and then we work our way to replenish it and repair it. I should also mention very briefly the mothering energy, the Kundalini within us, situated at the base of the spine in the triangular bone, our mothering energy within us. She's there to love, care, and nurture us. We're very lucky to have that. And it is only in Sahaja Yoga through Shri Mataji's grace to mankind, to humanity, to allow this energy to awaken and arise within us and start to help, to heal us and help us and take us away from our thinking, our fears, and our worries. That said, I shall leave it at that, and you don't have to worry about the chart too much, because within the hour, I'm sure Vara will also lead us through a second meditation and give us a clue what to do at home. So not just left stranded today at the end of this hour.
Right.
We have a really lovely talk, which a lovely tech team will play.
So before the talk, so Shri Mataji, just to give a bit of a preface to it, I think that Shri Mataji has given a lot of speeches over, and what is it, 35, 40 years?
Since 1970.
Since 1970.
Yeah.
So she explains in detail what the chakras are, what the channels are. So we'll try not to repeat it, but it's sort of good to understand what these channels are. And we're trying to, just before the program started, we're trying to find an analogy, and our analogy broke because people in Europe drive on the right and people in better parts of the world drive on the left.
We'll let that pass. We'll let that pass, but it's okay.
How was that? So I was trying to think of another analogy. Then I thought we don't really need an analogy. So if you think about the people that you're around in your life, so we have somebody here from Europe, so that's why I was pulling her leg. I hope you didn't mind.
She didn't mind at all. She's very happy with it.
So for example, if you just for a moment close your eyes and think about the general people that you deal with, there is probably one set which doesn't know the higher ceiling. So they're ambitious for ambition's sake. So they want to do things, and there is no, if you ask them, when do you stop? They won't stop. They don't know when to stop. I was talking to somebody at work today, a very ambitious person, wants to hit the next target or whatever in his business. And
that's what the society expects as well currently.
So I asked this person, right? Mm-hmm. So he goes, he's always wanting me to step up. I don't know why he wants that. And I said, okay, if I step up, where do I stop? Mm-hmm. And he goes, it was discussion about contracting and permanency. So contractors in Australia make a lot more money. Then I said, I asked him, but can't you just, in contracting, you usually make double the money. Mm-hmm. Can't you just work 1 year and then take a year off and do something else? He said, no, it doesn't work like that. I said, what do you mean? Because my expenses have also grown because of my income. So it doesn't really matter. Mm. And then it's okay, when does it stop? He actually could not answer, and then it goes on and goes on. So I stopped the discussion after 5 minutes, thinking he doesn't really know the higher ceiling. It's just, you have to go somewhere because you have to go somewhere. It's that interesting. Mm. So you probably meet those kind of people, and there is other kind of people where there is no lower ceiling. As in, when do you stop feeling depressed? Or when do you stop feeling that everybody else in the world is better than you? So that's that lower. And the ones who don't know what the higher ceiling is, they're annoying, you can avoid them. But the lower ceiling people, they just take you with them.
Down, yeah.
And then maybe there is this this people who are centered, who know where to stop. I don't.
Who are content with what they have.
I don't know if you meet anyone like that, Gulshan, but it's very rare.
I have a few people around which are quite happy with the situation they're in, and it's okay.
That's Lynn, yeah. You're talking about. Maybe not. I think you are like that. So the channels are driving us into this. So sometimes are naturally right-sided, as we call, who don't know the higher ceiling, and sometimes we're naturally left-sided. The ones that mother energy, that magical power, that if you're naturally right-sided, if you're naturally left-sided, going into the depression side of things, then it'll sort of give you a signal that, hey, life is not that bad. But without that activation of the motherly energy, I think it's quite hard to do it on your own.
She gives you the gravity and to also know how far to go and when to pull back.
Yep.
And be content.
So would we say that is an after effect of the self-realization?
Oh, absolutely. Yes. Yeah.
So you might have it today.
Yes.
If you like. So and then Mother explains in the video. Would you mind playing that?
Here now?
Yes, please. Yeah.
Okay.
You have to know that truth is what it is. We cannot conceptualize it with our human awareness. We cannot order it. We cannot manipulate it. We cannot organize it. It is what it is, has been and will be. And what is the truth? Truth is that we are surrounded, or we are penetrated, or we are nourished, looked after and loved by a very subtle energy, which is the energy of divine love. The second truth is that we are not this body, this mind, these conditionings, this ego, but we are the spirit. You don't have to accept what I am saying blindly, because blind faith leads to fanaticism. But as scientists, you must keep your mind open and see for yourself what I am saying. If it is so, honestly, you must accept it. We know so much through science about our civilization, our advancement. This is the advancement of a tree which has grown outside very much. But if we do not know our roots, we will be destroyed. So it is important to know about our roots. And this is what it is that I would say are our roots. As you can see, there are 7 centers within us. And these subtle centers are placed in the spinal cord and in the brain. These cater to our physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual needs. On the physical side, they manifest the energy for the use of our plexuses, which look after our physical problems. That is on the right side. The energy which is supplied by this yellow line a subtle channel, we call it as the Pingala Nadi. This supplies energy for our physical and mental actions. So this is the power of action within us, which also caters to the right sympathetic nervous system. The another channel you see on the left hand side is the channel by which we desire, put our energy to our desire. So this is the power of desire and looks after our emotions. This is the one which looks after our conditionings also. At the end of these two channels, they create two institutions. One on the right side crosses over, and the yellow balloon that you see is the ego, is the balloon of ego that we have. And the left-hand side one, which conditions our mind, is the balloon of superego. As we start growing in age, by the time we are 12 years of age, these two completely meet and the soft bone in our head becomes completely calcified. Now there's third energy within us, which is in the center. And this central energy is the one which has made us human beings. And these centers are the milestones of our evolution. So now the last jumping is left out. It has reached up to the limbic area. Now, only thing is it has to break through the soft bone on the head and break through that, which is the actualization of baptism. Baptism is not an artificial thing. It is an actualization. But the energy that does it is, we call it sleeping energy, in the triangular bone called as sacrum. That means the Greeks knew that this is a sacred bone, that they called it sacrum. This energy has to rise and break through that fontanelle bone area and connect us to that subtle divine power which we have never felt during human awareness. Thus, we get connected to this divine power and we start feeling it on our fingertips. It's described in the Quran that at the time of resurrection, your hands will speak and they will give witness against you. That is, you start feeling your own centers. These are 5, 6 and 7 centers, and they indicate what's wrong with you, within yourself. What's the problem? Also, you can feel the cool breeze coming out of your head. Cool breeze of the Holy Ghost. Because this sleeping power, which is called as the Kundalini, Kundala means coils, is the power of pure desire within us. So now we have this kind of a mechanism within us exists. Now this is a living process of evolution. And we must understand that we don't pay for living process And we can't even explain it. Because when you take a small little seed and put it in the Mother Earth, it germinates by itself, spontaneously. You don't pay to the Mother Earth anything. And when it germinates, it grows into a tree and produces thousands of seeds. So in that little seed, the map of all the things it was going to create is there. How it works, we never ask this question. We take all the things for granted. We don't even ask the question how this wonderful eye of ours is made like a camera, and that how we are programmed within ourselves like computers. You see, this is the color. You don't have to think about it, it's there. Through our sensory organs, how we find out things, we never question it. But to answer now all our questions, we have to become the divine computer. And that to be connected to the mains, I call them as the people who are self-realized, the people who have got their spirit in their attention. When the attention is enlightened through this happening, then you can see the absolute truth. Like supposing you are holding on to a snake, and there's darkness, and somebody tells there is darkness. But you have got a snake in your hand. I can see it. You say, no, I think it is a rope. Now, if you put on the light, immediately that person will drop. In the same way, when the attention gets enlightened by the Spirit, the first nature, innate nature of the Spirit is that it manifests absolute truth. You immediately become so empowered that you give up all those habits which are destructive to your life. Immediately. I've seen people giving up drugs overnight in London. Alcoholism, all kinds of things. I was amazed the way it's working. It's your own power within you. It's just there. It's existing. There's no obligation of any kind. It's just one enlightened candle can enlighten another candle. That's how it works. Every religion has said that you seek yourself. So there was nothing wrong with all the prophets, incarnations, all the saints. They all said the same thing. But we have missed the point. Everything has become either money-oriented or is an intellectual probing. It is through intellectual probing you reach a point where you realize that you have not reached the reality. So what should we do? And this is a very great gift of modern times, which was promised long time back. It's described already in our Puranas that at the time, these modern times called as Kali Yuga, the Parama Chaitanya or this all-pervading power will become active. Means there is Kruta Yuga, it will become active. And through it, thousands of people will get their realization. Even in the Bible, they have said that it's quite a limited number. John has written in his revelation, it's quite a limited number, but we have already crossed that. And so many people have to become realized souls. It's very important today. and it's so easy. Sahaja. Saha is with, Ja is born. Born with you is the right to become one with the divine, united with the divine, that is yoga. Yoga is nothing but to be united with that divine power. That's what yoga is. All other things are subsidiary. This union brings forth new dimensions on our central nervous system. As an evolution, we always develop a new dimension. By this, you develop a new awareness of collective consciousness, by which you can feel other people, their centers. Sitting down here, you can feel the center of somebody who is dead. Even you can feel his centers and find out what he was. Was he a realized soul or not? You can find out about anybody, whether he was a realized soul or not, sitting down here. You have to just think about it, put your hands. If you are a realized soul, you can feel on your fingertips what is the problem. And somehow, if you know how to correct those problems, you get rid of your own diseases and the diseases of others, your own problems and the problems of others. First, you enter into a state of mind which we call as thoughtless awareness. When you cross this center of Agya, that is placed in the optic chiasma, you become thoughtlessly aware. You are aware, but there is no thought. It's what a blessing it is.
Okay. That was such a good talk.
Yes.
And you've earned your keep, Farah, by making sure we have that talk. It was really interesting to hear Shri Mataji explain so beautifully and saying how realization is so easy. And shall we go through that
Yes, please,
now and experience the ease of receiving this great gift? So we will use the hands, and now is the time to have your shoes off for those of us with shoes on. We will work on the left side with our right hand, the hand of action. We'll place it on various parts of the body. I will guide you where to place your hand, but if you lose your way, just open your eyes and have a look. So we'll place the right hand on our left heart. This is where we will begin. And we will address our questions and our affirmations to the mothering energy within us, the Kundalini, and ask her to affirm the various qualities within us. You can close your eyes if it helps. If you find it difficult, you can watch Shri Mataji's photograph. That also helps to calm and settle down our thoughts. So right hand on the left heart. And here we ask ourselves a fundamental question: who am I? And what is my purpose on this earth? Am I just here to go faster and higher and more? Or too much, and I can't do it and feel lethargic and left-sided about it in our lives? What is my purpose? You bring a hand down under the heart on the left-hand side. And here we ask ourselves another question: am I my own teacher? Am I my own master? Because some of us have a habit of looking up to peers, looking up to social media for ideas. And as we mentioned earlier, it is the mothering energy, the Kundalini, which tells us how far to go and where to go and when to stop. And she empowers us. Bring our right hand lower on the left-hand side to the area where the leg meets the body. So just place your right hand into the crease in your left side. And here we ask another question. Mother Kundalini, and we are addressing this to the mothering energy within us. You can address it to your Kundalini energy within yourself, which is the Kundalini, so Mother Kundalini, or you could also address this to Shri Mataji, because it is Shri Mataji who allowed this realization process accessible to everyone. So Mother Kundalini, Shri Mataji, please give me the pure knowledge. Please give me the pure knowledge. Please give me the pure knowledge. So with all your desire, this is the area of desire within us as well. So with all your heart, asking for the pure knowledge, the knowledge of the chakras within us. Mother Kundalini, please give me the pure knowledge. Bring your right hand and place it under your heart, again, still on the left-hand side. And here we affirm, Mother Kundalini, by your grace, I am my own teacher. Mother Kundalini, by your grace, I am my own master. It is quite a relief to have the guiding force within us that is only purpose is to nurture us and look after us. Mother Kundalini, by your grace, I am my own teacher and I am my own master. And place your right hand on your heart. When we come back to our heart, having begun from here to affirm, Mother Kundalini, I am the spirit. We're not the highs of extreme euphoric happiness and the sadness, the depression and sadness, but it is constant, very stable, very still source of joy within us. That is the quality of the spirit within us. And that is a purpose, to awaken and develop that spirit within us. Mother Kundalini, by your grace, I am the spirit. Mother Kundalini, by your grace, I am the spirit. We place our right hand on the left-hand side of the neck, and as you do that, just move your head towards your right shoulder. And here we say, Mother Kundalini, I am not guilty. I am not guilty. I am not guilty. And please place your right hand across your forehead. And as you do that, just apply a little bit of pressure with your fingertips and the palm of your hand. And you could just cradle your head into your hand and lower it a little bit. This is the area of forgiveness within us. And here we forgive everyone without thinking of any particular person or a situation or a circumstance. It is just time to forgive in general. So we say a few times, Mother Kundalini, by your grace, I forgive, I forgive, I forgive. This is a really important quality, to let go of the harm done to us. And the moment we forgive, we step away from that circle of harm that is inflicted upon us, so that we sometimes bring it upon ourselves as well. I forgive everyone. I forgive everyone. Then place our right hand at the back of the head. And then as you do that, just stick your head up towards the sky by the Kundalini. For all the mistakes that I have committed towards my innocence, my spirit, and my ascent, please forgive me. Mother Kundalini, please forgive me, and I forgive myself. And now for the last and the really important step, if you stretch your right hand and place the palm of your right hand on top of your head, the soft part on our head, we apply good pressure. And if you could just lower your head forward again. And we're going to rotate our scalp with the palm on our head in a clockwise movement. And the movement is starting from your left forward to your right and back. Left, forward, right and back. Nice and slow, nice and firm, moving the scalp. And as we do that, please ask with all your heart, Mother Kundalini, please give me my self-realization. Shri Mataji, please give me my self-realization. Shri Mataji, please give me my self-realization. Shri Mataji, please give me my self-realization. For those of us that have done this earlier, we can ask, Shri Mataji, please strengthen my self-realization, and please establish my self-realization. Just see the place where your hand is on your head. We keep our attention on that area, on our head. And then also gently, nicely bring your hand down onto your lap, palms up. Attention is still on top of your head. And just watch that space on top of your head. If you notice very gentle, cool breeze blowing the palms of your hand or on top of your head, that is the proof of Kundalini having risen and letting us feel her presence. And if you notice your thoughts have stopped, that is again the gift of getting our realization where our thinking stops when we experience mental silence within us. So you can slowly open your eyes. And that is the first part. And this is so easy to get our self-realization. And now Avara will take us a little bit more deeper into the second part.
So we could continue this the meditation. So we can keep our eyes closed. And for a moment, let's observe how we are feeling on our palms. So some of you might have felt the cool breeze. Perhaps you can check if it becomes stronger. So just with our palms open in our lap, our eyes closed, we sit quietly for a few minutes. So thoughts that come from the right channel usually take us into the future, and the thoughts that come from the left channel usually take us to the past. So now when the Kundalini rises, it stops that cycle and then keeps you in the present where there are no thoughts. So for this to happen after our self-realization that Shri Mataji gifted to all of us, we could do this little, say, exercise in balancing our right and left channel. So we start with the left channel. So with our left arm on the lap and right hand, let's drop it towards the ground. And here we can request the motherly energy, who is the source of pure knowledge. So Mother, please remove all the thoughts that are coming from my left channel. While we say this, we can keep our attention on top of the head, where our hand was touching before. We can request this to the motherly energy with a sense of deep faith in her that she'll help us. We ask, Mother, please remove all the thoughts from my left channel, so I stay in the present. Mother, please remove all the thoughts from the left. Mother, please let me be free from the thoughts in the left. Let's put our right hand on the lap and lift our left arm up to the shoulder level. Our fingertips are pointing towards the roof. And here, with our attention on top of the head, we ask, Mother, please remove all the thoughts from my right channel. Mother, please remove all the thoughts from my right channel. Mother, please let me be free from the thoughts of the right. Put your left hand on the lap. And place your right hand again on top of the head. And here you request Shri Mataji. Shri Mataji, please unite me with the divine power that created me. Shri Mataji, please unite me with the divine power that created me. Now let's fix our attention on top of the head where our hand is currently touching. And while the attention stays there, we can bring our hand back to the lap. Let's stay in this meditative state while listening to some instrumental music. keeping your eyes closed, ask yourself if you were able to experience that state of thoughtlessness, where neither the thoughts from the right or the left were disturbing you. If you experience that, that's perhaps the start of what you would experience every day if you meditate. So for us to continue this journey, what we do at home is, you can now slowly open your eyes. Is we call this the process of raising kundalini and giving protection to ourselves. We lift our left hand like this while rotating the right hand around it. And then we make a knot on top of the head. We do that again. And this time we make 2 knots on the top of the head. We do it again with 3 knots on top of the head. We take our palm close to the left hip, and from there on, we do these semicircles. And we do that 7 times, 7 semicircles.
So this is something one would do, the raising of the Kundalini and placing the bandhan every day.
Yeah, every day, yeah.
Before meditation.
Before meditation and after meditation.
Right.
So when you're just getting started, it's probably a bit difficult to remember all this. So what you could do is, we record these sessions. So Lynn can probably put the link on the chat window. And you can go to that part where we start the guided meditation and then repeat that. Mm-hmm. So that can probably help. You can skip all the wisdom that we were giving before. So you can start from where Shri Mataji was talking. And that'll be helpful. Right?
So this is something one would do every day.
Every day.
Short time.
Yeah.
Without thinking. So if you're thinking and sitting for an hour,
it's probably not that.
Yeah.
Yes, right.
Come back another time. Few moments.
To start with, if you can allocate 15 minutes every day, use this guided meditation as help.
So what happens if someone's getting a lot of thoughts and they just can't stop thinking? Is there a...
So you'll see in the video, right? You have the Shri Mataji's photograph in the background, up there and then also there. Just open your eyes and look at her photograph. That usually helps.
Yep, it does.
And then continue. So I think I don't know what the saying is, but generally when you try and do something good for yourself,
things to stack up generally, and that
would you say that those sort of thoughts come from the left side, these self-defeating thoughts, and say, you can do it tomorrow or not do it, or maybe
it's not really working for you.
Not really working for you. Maybe you're not good enough to do it. Yeah. All these things will come.
Yeah.
But then it's interesting if you know that they will come and you are able to ignore them, because it happened to all of us. So at this stage, if you can just, irrespective of what the brain is saying, if you can give 15 minutes every day for a week, you'll probably start to see the difference.
Yeah, certainly. And on the other hand, you can't sit down with the idea of, I am going to so nail it today. And
you know what, when you say it like that, it's probably not a bad idea to say, I'll nail it for a week. And then you'll probably nail it if you just sit there and do it.
Yeah.
So I had this physics teacher. I was bad at physics. Mm-hmm. He said, sir, I just can't do it. I fall asleep. And then he said, just, okay, fall asleep for a whole week.
Yeah.
Sit in that chair and keep falling asleep. And at some point, your brain will say, oh, I might as well study rather than falling asleep. Yeah. So I think that discipline is underrated, I think, in the society at the moment. So.
Discipline, and also regularity about doing certain things at a certain time.
That's it.
Yeah. So that's
You know what?
another
You can tell
thing.
somebody in your house that you're going to be disciplined, and they'll point out when you're
Yes.
not.
Oh, yes.
My
Yeah.
son loves.
Make the time, then it gets easier. So it's good to do that.
There'll always be somebody who will point out that you're not keeping your promise. So maybe you can put that pressure on yourself and
Yeah.
help. My son is very good at reminding me.
So give this a go, and we hope that by a few days, usually the mothering energy is keen to also make you realize the difference she can make to your life. So she does step up. Actually, the mothering energy will step up and help you.
Maybe she tests you also, whether you're really giving time or not. And then
Yeah.
maybe after a week, she says, yeah, this person is trying. So let me give that experience.
True.
So if you have any questions, please drop in the chat.
Mhm. And this is when I said we're lucky to have Vara because he's good at answering questions.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
You got any questions, Lynn?
Not yet.
Okay.
Okay.
Anyone from Europe?
We think so.
Okay. What time is it?
7:01.
Okay.
To put the rest of the music on if people want to meditate online.
Yep.
Okay. Great. Well, thank you for coming, Vara. Lovely to
Welcome.
have you, and to our people here and also online. Thank you for joining, and we'll see you next week again.
All right. See you.
Good night, everyone. Thanks for joining. See you next week.